In the canopy of the rainforest, a microscopic empire awakens with the first light of dawn.
Hygiene is crucial for survival. Every sensor must be perfectly tuned to detect the slightest change in the air.
A scout's primary weapon is not his bite, but his ability to read the chemical messages carried on the breeze. He leaves the safety of the nest, a solitary patrol in a world filled with giants and hidden dangers.
One slip here means a fall into the dark unknown of the forest floor below.
They are not just, they are farmers. These aphids provide nectar.
They are not just hunters, they are farmers. These aphids provide a sugary nectar that fuels the colony's relentless energy.
But silence in the jungle is rarely a good sign. The vibrations tell a story of something massive approaching. A titan of the insect world has entered their territory. A consumer of worlds.
The giant hooded katydid. To us, a harmless grasshopper. To the colony, a walking natural disaster.
He must reach the fortress. The colony must be warned before the destroyer arrives.
The colony, a marvel of biological engineering. A living city suspended in the sky.
To build their home, they use their own bodies as chains. A brotherhood of strength pulling the world together.
The adults cannot produce silk. For that, they need the next generation. The larvae are the weavers. The queen, the mother of all. Her life is the life of the colony. The scout returns, but he brings no food. He brings a message of war.
He releases a potent alarm pheromone, a chemical scream that instantly reprograms every ant nearby.
Total mobilization! The superorganism has awakened! And it is ready to kill.
They flow like a living river, fearless, united, driven by a single chemical command.
The soldiers lead the charge. Their jaws are hydraulic crushers, strong enough to pierce human skin.
To the intruder, they are mere specks of dust, an annoyance to be brushed aside. It is not just a trespasser, it is a thief, stealing the very resources the colony needs to survive.
Contact. The vanguard meets the titan. Gear is not in their DNA. Regardless of the odds, the order remains the same. Attack.
He targets the soft joints, a surgical strike designed to cripple.
But the weaver ant does not let go. Once the jaws lock, they remain locked, even in death.
1 falls. 10 take his place. The signal changes from warning to total war. They emerge from the shadows, not as individuals, but as a single, multi-legged entity. The trap is set.
The titan panics. It uses its massive strength to shake the attackers off, turning the battlefield into a centrifuge.
But the weaver ant does not let go. Once the jaws lock, they remain locked, even in death.
They target the sensors first, blind the enemy, deafen the enemy, sow confusion in the mind of the giant.
But physics is a cruel mistress. The size difference is simply too great.
Casualties are inevitable, but in the logic of the superorganism, the individual is expendable. The colony is eternal.
They deploy the anchor strategy. Hundreds of ants combine their weight to pin the giant's limbs to the ground.
It tries to take to the sky, but the wings are heavy with passengers. The Air Force is grounded, spread-eagled, immobilized. The chaotic swarm has become a disciplined execution squad. The struggle is over. The Titan has fallen, not to a stronger beast, but to 1,000 smaller ones.
The adrenaline fades. The warrior's job is done. But the work of the colony has only just begun. This is not just a meal. It is a resource bonanza. Protein, moisture, and fats that will fuel the next generation. Too large to move whole, it must be disassembled, piece by piece, limb by limb.
The wings are first. Light but bulky. They will be carried back like sails in the wind. A living conveyor belt is established. The energy from the kill is instantly transferred to the economy of the nest.
Trophaxis, social stomach feeding. A worker running low on energy is refueled by a sister, ensuring the chain never stops.
Gravity is the new enemy. Hauling a prize this heavy up a vertical cliff face requires perfect coordination.
But in the rainforest, conditions change in a heartbeat. The afternoon's winds begin to howl.
One slip. The prize is lost to the forest floor. But the life is saved. For now. A helping hand. Or rather, a helping mandible. In the colony, the life of...
Then, the sky opens. To us, it is just rain. To them, these are falling water bombs, heavy enough to crush. Surface tension. At this scale, water is not liquid. It is a sticky, viscous trap that refuses to let go. They are masters of terrain. They move to the underside of the canopy, using the forest itself as a shield.
Sanctuary, the Silk Fortress. Waterproof, windproof, and impregnable.
Every delivery is inspected. Disease is the silent killer of the colony, so nothing enters unchecked.
The larder is stocked. The giant has been converted into hundreds of secure meals.
The warriors fight, and the workers toil, all for one purpose: to feed the
And finally, the queen. She converts this protein into new eggs. The sun sets on the weaver ant colony. They have won today's battle. But in the jungle, peace returns to the colony. The giant is fallen. The larders are full. It is a golden age for the empire.
With surplus energy, they do what all great empires do. They expand, claiming new territory leaf by leaf. But success has a scent. And on the far border of their realm, a scout detects an unfamiliar chemical signature.
He crosses the line into no man's land, where the rules of the colony no longer apply. Contact. Not a predator, but something worse. A rival faction of the same species.
A civil war in miniature. They share the same DNA, but belong to different flags. No quarter is given. The scout escapes with his life, but the message is clear. The rival has laid claim to this land. He delivers a different kind of alarm. Not the signal for hunter, but the signal for war. Territory is under attack.
The response is instantaneous. The heavy legions are mobilized. Discipline replaces chaos.
They establish a front line. A wall of mandibles and formic acid. They appear like a dark tide. A rival superorganism, hungry for land and resources.
There is no negotiation, no diplomacy, only total commitment to the collision.
The force of the collision shakes the very branch they stand on.
The battle lines dissolve instantly. It becomes a chaotic melee, a wrestling match of thousands. Jaw to jaw, strength against strength. The loser will be dismembered.
But the enemy is cunning. A commando unit moves along the underside, aiming to strike the defenders from the rear.
A desperate countermove. Destroy the bridge. Sacrifice the territory to save the colony.
The battlefield turns into a chemical wasteland. Formic acid fills the air, burning eyes and melting armor. The cost is catastrophic. The dead pile up, forming a grim rampart that the living must climb to continue the slaughter. Hours pass. Hundreds fall, but neither side breaks. A bloody stalemate is reached.
Fatigue ins. Energy reserves are critically low. The line holds, but only by a thread.
Fatigue sets in. Energy reserves are critically low. The line holds, but only by a thread.
They form a wedge. A classic military tactic designed to focus maximum force on a single point.
Breakthrough. The enemy line cannot withstand the concentrated pressure. Panic spreads like a virus. Their formation shatters. The disciplined army becomes a terrified mob.
Cornered. Trapped between a wall of mandibles and a 50-meter drop. Cornered. Trapped between a wall of mandibles and a 50-meter drop.
Gravity finishes what the soldiers started. The invasion is purged.
The last commander falls. He fights with honor, but numbers always win in the end.
Victory! The border is secure. The Empire stands firm.
The adrenaline fades. The noise of battle die away. Only the silence remains.
Enemies are discarded or eaten, but sisters are brought home. No one is left behind in the dark. They are their own doctors. Their saliva contains antibiotics, sealing wounds and preventing the infection that would kill them.
The Legion returns. Battered, broken, but victorious. The gates are sealed. The guards remain. For in the jungle,
inside, they become one organism again, sharing warmth, sharing energy, dreaming the same dream.
Nothing is wasted. Even the bodies of the enemy serve a purpose. Resources recycled for the good of the colony.
Inside, they become one organism again, sharing warmth, sharing energy.
The forest does not mourn. It only continues. The sun will rise, and the struggle will begin again. Nothing is wasted. Even the bodies of the enemy serve a purpose. Resources recycled for the good of the colony.
Small pests don't stand a chance. The ants are the immune system of the forest, keeping the tree clean and healthy.
and the tree pays them back, not with fruit, but with sugar. Special glands produce nectar specifically to feed the standing army.
The scars of war are healed. Fresh silk binds the broken walls. The fortress is made whole again.
And the tree pays them back, not with fruit, but with sugar. Special glands produce nectar specifically to feed the standing army.
Not every stranger is an enemy. Some are just passing neighbors in this vertical city.
Social grooming cements the bond of the colony. It spreads the unique scent that says, "We are one family."
The wind carries seeds to new lands, just as the colony sends out queens to found new empires.
The queen lays the foundation for the future. The time has come. Deep in the colony, a special caste has been nurtured for this single moment.
Wings, a temporary gift, used only once to carry the royal bloodline to the stars.
A final goodbye. They will never see each other again. One stays to serve the old empire, the other leaves to found a new one.
She takes a leap of faith into the vast, dangerous sky.
Thousands take flight. Most will perish. eaten by birds, spiders, or storm.
For those left behind, the dream is over. The work must continue. The fortress must be guarded.
Day after day, season after season, the superorganism does not sleep. It does not rest. A tiny warrior in a world of giants. Fearless, loyal, unbreakable.
They are the weavers of the canopy, the architects of the leaves, the guardians of the green universe.
This is their world. We just live in it.